Okay, so I'm making this video to kind of talk about the whole area of sleep paralysis, and some people believe it's linked to alien abductions and shadow people and things like that. And after actually last night this happened to me, which is why I started doing a bunch of reading and research and watching all these testimonials and videos today. And I originally wasn't going to make a video. I just kind of wanted to get a taste of what other people had to say and their opinions on it and things like that. And
I believe I was around the age of 13. I was sleeping on the couch and I was on my side. It usually happens when I'm on my back. I woke up and I was paralyzed, couldn't move. Same feeling like something is creeping up behind you and it's getting closer and closer, and just your sixth sense, whatever sense you want to call it, your spiritual sense is just going crazy, like something is coming and you're trying to fight to move and you're terrified. And then I looked, I was able to move again. I snapped out of it, looked behind me, and there was nothing there at all.
Shadow beings that are in your dreams, and the majority of these shadow beings pop up in your childhood dreams, and they kind of are just there in your dreams. And these same shadow beings are making themselves known in this 3D 4D realm in real time, so not just dream time.
And I did not tell anybody. I was 13 years old, and it happened to me sometimes after that. I never told anyone.
I just want to make this video to make you guys aware of what these shadow beings are and what they represent, from my personal experiences. When I was growing up, when I was real little, when my sister was born, is when I started to remember things.
Well, last night I was sleeping by myself and I was starting to fall asleep. I looked at the time, it was around 12:10 in the morning, and I was starting to fall asleep, and then next thing I was asleep, and then all of a sudden I started hearing this noise in my ears, and it was kind of like, I don't want to say ringing because it wasn't really a ringing, it was kind of like a womp 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 sound. I don't know. It was really weird. It just kind of reminded me of, I don't know, how some kind of machine would sound or something. It was really weird. And
Mistä vitusta toi tulee?
So when I started to become aware I'm in this reality, when I was a child, I started having these very detailed, encrypted dreams. And I was only, let's see, maybe three or four, somewhere around there. Probably 3 or 4. I started having these very detailed, scary dreams for a child. And one of the main ones I remember I had was everything was red tinted, like the whole house itself was red tinted and very hot. And it just had this very eerie feeling to it. I mean, like everybody was red themselves, their eyes were red, and it just was a very, very creepy feel to it.
I started hearing it, and so it started getting louder and louder and louder. And then the louder it got, I realized, like, okay, I need to wake up. And then once I realized that, I couldn't move, and my whole body was just frozen. I didn't feel a pressure on my body. Nothing was working. I couldn't move.
And you know, your higher aspects of self try to show you things so young. It's hard to really even consider why your higher aspect of self's teaching you this stuff so young, you know. So anyways, after I had that weird dream, after that I started getting haunted by these beings. They weren't really shadows yet. But they were taking form of childhood characters, like I used to watch like Sesame Street and stuff like that. So these shadow beings were using forms from my mind to manipulate me. So they were using the Sesame Street characters to haunt and spread fear upon me, and it was quite interesting and terrifying for a kid.
I felt every inch of my body on the bed, and I felt every inch of everything that was touching me. And then I felt this presence, and I didn't know whether it was over me, beside me, or anything. I just felt this presence. And then I felt like the breath was getting sucked out of me. Like no matter how hard I tried to inhale and breathe, I couldn't. And then finally I snap out of it, and I wake up, and I sit up really fast, and I look to the left of me, and then all of a sudden, like, I just see this shadow figure. And it wasn't a tall one. It didn't look human. It didn't look like anything. It just looked like a shadow, and it was maybe, I don't know, off my bed's like here, and it was maybe this high off my bed. And it was just like this oval shadow type thing.
I tried to fight it. I was like, okay, I'm not going to go up the stairs. I'm just going to fight it.
What the hell was that? No, but your fucking fridge is shutting all by itself.
The fridge is
No, like it was closing as I came out here.
It was closed. I locked the door, right?
Yeah, you locked the door when we got back from Publix. No, the cabinets, it sounded like a cabinet door slammed, and then I come out and your fridge door is shutting as I'm coming out. You didn't see that? And your dogs are freaking out. I'm really freaked out right now. That was clearly your kitchen, and then your fucking door's shutting. Look, I'll fucking put it up on the computer and you can look at it. Seriously? No, it's, oh my god, here, I'm fucking, it's seriously just coming back.
Dude, I don't know what's happening. Somebody in there? No, find one. Find something. If somebody's in there, they need to come out. Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Seriously, oh my god.
Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Seriously, oh my god.
Have you ever seen a dark silhouette late at night? You can't make out any attributes or features, just darkness. You might think it's your own shadow cast on the wall by a misplaced light, but as you stand still, the figure suddenly moves. In typical parapsychology theory, this phenomenon is known as shadow people. They have gone by many names: shadow men, black mass, shades, amongst others. Many cultures and regions dating back for ages have documented experiences regarding these shadow people. They have been a long-time staple of folklore and urban legends ever since. There are many theories as to what these figures are. Are they ghosts, spirits, demons, angels, or even something else entirely? They are said to have the figure of a human, some being very small, others stretching to great heights. They have been described as wearing robes and hoods, moving at near impossible speeds. One minute you see them, the next you don't. Some people have reported the shadow men of having malice intent, being demonic creatures who use the darkness to feed off people's worst fears. Others claim them to be peaceful spirits of former loved ones or ancestors. They have been seen everywhere from dark corridors to closets, from windows to the foot of your bed. A shadow person can be anywhere as long as there is darkness.
Characters in science fiction like Doctor Who are always traveling through other dimensions, but it now seems that other dimensions may be science fact rather than science fiction. We now have reason to believe that space-time may have more than the 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time that we experience.
If there are more dimensions, why can't we move in them as we can in the 3 spatial dimensions that we know exist and the 4th dimension of time?
Why don't we see these extra dimensions? Why can't we move in more directions than forwards or backwards, sideways, and up or down? The answer may be that we live in a brain world. Your brain is spelled B-R-A-I-N. It means a membrane or surface in a larger space. Brains are the brainchild of my colleague, Paul Townsend, at Cambridge. The idea is that matter and light would be confined to the brain. Thus we could not travel through, or even see, the extra dimensions. However, we would feel them, because gravity would spread through the extra dimensions, from shadow brains that we cannot see. There could be shadow galaxies, shadow stars, and even shadow people, who might wonder about the gravity they feel from matter on our brain. To us, such shadow objects would appear to be dark matter, matter that can't be seen, but whose gravity can be felt.
Can you give us an idea of how this brain world would work?
The formation of a brain world would be like the appearance of bubbles of steam in boiling water. Fluctuations in the vacuum would cause brain worlds to appear from nothing as bubbles. The brain would form the surface of the bubble, and the interior would be the higher dimensional space. Very small bubbles would tend to collapse again to nothing, but a bubble that grew by quantum fluctuations beyond a certain critical size would be likely to keep on growing. People, such as us, living on the brain, the surface of the bubble, would think the universe was expanding. It would be like painting galaxies on the surface of a balloon and blowing it up. The galaxies would move.
So then my heart freezes, and I look back over, and then the shadow figure just shoots up to this ceiling. And I'm telling myself, leave, 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 leave. And then it just goes through the ceiling, and it's gone.
Run outside because I started getting trapped in my dreams. Wow, I'm starting to remember even more of things. But it started to be intense where I was getting trapped in my dreams. I couldn't wake up. No matter how I tried. So I'd be opening my eyes, and I couldn't, for the life of me, wake up. The only conclusion I came up with now is that I was out of body. That I was, having astral projection, out of body experiences, and I didn't know how to go back to my body.
tell. All I know is that my central light came on, and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man, or something. It looks like a man. I don't know what it was. Just that it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. So whatever it was standing up. I'm out here looking through the window now, and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside. Jesus Christ.
To make this video on the shadow people, as we've been receiving a lot of emails from witnesses and also from some of our fans who are worried about us because of our late experience with what some believe to be shadow people. This is what Wikipedia had to say about the shadow people. In 2010, the apparitions were described as one of the most regularly reported paranormal phenomena in the United States. This is attributed to occasional reports on the Coast to Coast AM show, where paranormal researcher Heidi Hollis has been interviewed several times on the subject of shadow people. Hollis believes that shadow people have always existed, that they feed upon emotions of fear, and that they can be repelled by thinking positively. Others believe that shadow people may be the extra-dimensional inhabitants of another universe. The stories of shadow people have been compared to those of the Raven Mocha, a witch from Cherokee mythology who sometimes appears as a shadowy phantom, and the Islamic jinn. Now it's time to show you some of the footage we have.
I'm not sure if I might have imagined that. Yeah. But in the corner of my eye, yeah, something over there moved. And to me it was like a figure of a... seemed like a person.
Did it?
Yeah. Just like a corner of my eye. It seemed like something moved.
It's these red eyes we keep seeing all the time.
You see them now?
No, I'm not seeing it at the moment.
See, I never saw any of the red eyes. I did see a shadow.
What?
I saw a shadow go past you. Didn't I, when I was recording?
You said,
having this vision to change the world, but having this whole undercurrent of dysfunction that was underneath that vision.
Some people see a great deal of God in my body. They see Christ in me, a hope of glory.
Having this vision to change the world, but having this whole undercurrent of dysfunction that was underneath that vision.
Some people see a great deal of God in my body. They see Christ in me, a hope of glory. Some people see a great deal of God in my body. They see Christ in me, a hope of glory. Some people see a great deal of God in my body. They see Christ in me, a hope of glory. Some people see a great deal of God in my body. They see Christ in me, a hope of glory.
But I was outside and I decided to come back into my dreams. And all of a sudden the shadow figure appeared right in front of me. Like it like emerged from underneath the refrigerator. I don't know why, but just emerged from underneath the refrigerator and just stared at me.
But I mean, I do understand why a lot of people don't understand this and why it's so easy to dismiss. But like I said, it doesn't make it any less real. And some people believe it's linked to alien abductions and shadow people.